Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Friday. Friday's the day of the week we turn to the BonBon buddies over on Patreon and say, hey guys, vote us in the map. And they've gone with this one. Now, it's a creator we've done 3 times in the past, episodes 680, 1005 and 1241. And while it's fair to say we haven't had one of those maps that gets loads of stars yet, it's not always about how many stars a map gets. What you're looking for in a map isn't how many stars it gets, it's what works for you. And I'm sure some of their work has been right up your path. Like today's map has got something about it. Before we have a look at the map though, go over and grab your BonBonBingo card. Link is in the description, right at the top of the description, and play along just for a little bit of fun, because this should be fun. It shouldn't just be about looking at maps. It should be having a giggle and a laugh and interacting with each other in the comments. So make sure you leave a comment as well. But before we do any commenting, I've got some like button hitting for you. Off you go now. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Orange River by Andrade. Okay, first thought is, okay, I like this, and I do. I really like this. There's your start square. You may already notice we have some trees on the road. It's going to be one of those anarchy days, I'm afraid to tell you, but the start square does look good, as does the terrain heights. It's split on the diagonal across the middle with mountains and buildable plateaus. I like that a lot too. And the resources are very vanilla based and usable, definitely. And I love this. This is the best fishing map I've seen for a long while. If you have Sunset Harbour, there you go. Off to the workshop, off we go. What do we need today? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. We have a few things to subscribe to. The intersection marking tool is used today. We'll be using the Bonita Vista Valley theme and LUT as well. With the intersection marking tool, we'll actually even do a little bit of, I'm going to call it advanced. Yeah, right. Advanced work on today's map. Just to put something right that's been discussed in the comments fairly recently. You know who you are. Okay, so the highways. Forgetting about the trees under the highways, talk about those in a second. The highways, they drift a little bit. They've been drawn pretty quickly, and you can see here we're going from elevated to ground based, and it does look a little bit of a rush job. It's one of these things I think a few people won't care. And a few people would wish Andrade would just spend a little bit of time just taking their time with the highways. Having put down such an interesting map, this one is one of those maps that is actually quite interesting. And then having the highways just, you know, drawn out in about 30 seconds, which is kind of how they feel a little bit, is a little bit disappointing. Just a little bit for some people. Obviously, I don't always mention this, but I think we should today because it's been a while. Our first is a loop back as well on the highway, so traffic can go back the way it came. And you see we do have intersection marking tool in operation there. Yes, so trees under the highways is down to my anarchy settings. I leave them switched on to show right from the start, so that people that want to detail underneath, like their rail lines, etc., putting weeds under them, these will show through. Having said that, these trees obviously shouldn't be showing through if you have anarchy switched off, or don't have it at all, or don't have show trees on map loading as one of the settings. Then these won't show at all for you, but they will be under there, and they are part of the tree count, which if you're running short on trees, then you'll end up looking for trees under highways to delete because tree limits. Of course, there's the unlimited tree mod, but then we're going on a completely different tangent. Highways at this point have drifted quite some way apart from each other. I don't have a problem with that so much, because highways can do that, but why would they have built this so far over here, having to build a bridge? Bridges, oh, I love the textures on the Bonita Vista Valley theme as well. I love the textures, especially on those cliffs. Something to consider if you're doing a cliffy map. to use this theme. But yes, the highways drifted apart. Why would they have drifted it over there to have to build a bridge? It's something where you struggle to put it into some sort of realism context. I mean, bridges going down here, I could understand these. I would have thought they'd be parallel. Just noticed they're not quite parallel. They're a bit, again, drawn quickly. And I don't mind them bridging this area so much, but the other section, the highways just would have come closer together. There's no reason for the highway to drift over that way, to have to spend ages with structural engineers building pillars and stuff. It seems daft to me. Tunnels, we have tunnels with trees in the tunnels as well. We'll ignore the trees under the highways from now on in. Well, apart from like if there's something particularly funny like floating trees and tunnel entrances, we'll probably have a look at one of those later. This looks like a potential for Blue Mantle. And there is Blue Mantle. Just knew that one, even before we got close to it, that was going to be a problem. How's this end? A little Blue Mantle on this end as well. So yes, I do have a Blue Mantle tutorial coming soon. I still haven't had time to make it, but thanks to Zack. Thank you, Zack, for recording the voiceover for that one. Once I get round to it a little bit later on this week, I'll have 3 or 4 new tutorial links to come. Barely see this intersection. It's right off on the edge of the map, well out of the 25 tiles. You probably won't mind that too much. The tunnel emerges over here, getting towards the Start Square area, and yes, we do have a few floaty trees in the tunnel entrances there. That's just the way the mechanics are, and will not appear obviously with Anarchy settings set completely differently from how I have them, or if you don't have Anarchy. Ah dear, Anarchy gets a bad name, but honestly, if you want to do detailing, if you want your cities to look to the next level, it's one of those mods you really should have. You should. I've got a tutorial link for that as well, which I haven't used today. Oh, planning. Planning is my strong point. There is your Start Square, and I would say that looks pretty useful to me. I like that. Let's skip across to the rail, rather go to the edge of the map. Let's skip across the rail. We'll go... how close are we to the edge? That emerges over... Oh, hang on. No, tunnel. Tunnel! You can see the tunnel bridging through the ground there. That... No, let's go this way. We don't want to see that. Let's go this way. It's not the flattest of rail lines. Suspension of disbelief has to be brought in, because it's Cities Skylines, it's not Transport Fever, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it is pretty slopey in places. Again, a more accomplished creator, don't want to say Andrade's rubbish because they're not. Oh, look at the big drop here. Oh, look at the big drop here. A more accomplished creator would have a much flatter rail line running through and across the map, but it's not always about an accomplished rail line. Sometimes you just look at a map and go, I want to build a city on that. That could be this map. It has something about it. The terrain and the way the choice of theme and LUTs as well work very nicely on this map. There's definitely some good choices gone in here, if possibly not of the highest caliber as of network laying. And believe me, I know I would class myself not the highest caliber of network laying. Kind of why I cheated in my last map. Kind of why I cheated on my last map. I found reasons to make it work. I did, but yes, I do. I also struggle, Andrade. I also struggle. I like to think I'm maybe one division above this, but maybe one division. Many people will tell me how wrong I am, and they always do. Right, okay, coming up to that intermission, we'll come back and check the shipping routes and the water flow right after this short, unrelated message.
Want to add a custom hedge maze to your park but don't have the time to build one? Why not try BonBonB's modular hedge maze set? This guide will show you how to select and use the right units. Click the information button below.
And so back to Orange River by Andrade, and we have a shipping route. Shipping route goes up the river, a fair way, This bridge is going to be trouble for any shipping that comes up, although the ships will completely ignore it and crunch through it. It just depends whether you're bothered about shipping clipping. I am, personally, but there are people out there that don't care that much at all. And the shipping route ends right there. You can see we have air routes as well. Water flow, Orange River is a working river, thank the Lord. I do like a working river. This is strong and deep and flowing. And if you're looking for that in a map, you've got a good one today. Combine this with the look of the terrain and the aesthetics of the map. Few people are going to want to play this. And quite right too. Okay, let's have a look at the map as a whole. I just love the design. And the diagonal split between flatlands and mountains. I don't know. I think this is hand drawn. It kind of looks doesn't look like a height map to me. Maybe it's from a height map. Maybe an early work of the height map. Anyway, intersection marking tool. Now we were talking, or it's been discussed about the chevrons here. Now the chevrons are pointing the wrong way. It looks like they should be pointing this way because it looks like an arrow pointing in the direction we need to go. But if a vehicle is moving up here and wants to, it can turn back just by following the lines on the chevron. See? And of course you don't want the cars turning back on the lines of the chevron. And we've got exactly the same over here. This one is also angling the wrong way. This white car could try and do a U-turn here by following the lines of the chevron. We don't want that. We want those lines to block the lines of the chevron. So do you know what? Here we go. Intersection marking tool in operation. Let's choose the right segment. Oh, it's really easy to fix here. Let's choose fillers and choose invert. There we go. And that's quick and easy. Now that vehicle is not going to take a left because those lines are blocking its route. That is what the chevrons are all about. So I've got the same over here. And this white car, it's obviously in the lane to turn left here. Let's choose this and prevent it from turning left by changing the chevrons. There you go. Now that vehicle won't go straight on because the chevrons are absolutely blocking its route and forces it to go on the ramp. So there you go, Mr. White Car. Off. Yeah. Oh, hang on a second. We got the points there that are slightly out of alignment as well. Let's have a quick look at this node here. Hang on. Oh, hey, that's not right. Points. Let me find it. I'll find it. It's been updated since I did my tutorial. I'm slightly out of... there we go. Found it. Absolutely found it. Didn't take long. And you can move the points to be more accurately aligned. So getting absolute perfection is going to be a struggle, but that is not far off. And let's get the width down as well, because that line is just a little bit wider. Let me just drop the width of that line down a little bit. You can set this as a preset, and then you can just employ the preset across the entire network. So yeah, that's a little bit more accurate. Certainly better than on the right hand side of the road. Hey, Mr. White Car, I think you may now proceed on your way off that. Hang on. Oh, what a naughty boy. What a naughty boy. It's that tree in the road, you see. Just wanted to see if you could go around it. Anyway, so intersection marking tool on today's map could be a little bit more accurate. I'm not going to be marking every map down heavily on the intersection marking tool, but we'll be looking for line alignment and making sure the chevrons are perfectly there, because cross-hatching and those sort of things, they will vary from country to country, but chevrons are pretty much always the same. Now the mountains, first of all the trees on the sides of the mountains and the cliffs, I'm not so sure about that, and they look a little bit bumpy. They look hand-drawn to me. I think a little bit more work for accuracy or aestheticness of mountains, but I think from a distance they probably look okay. They certainly look okay from over here. And start square. Boom, boom. Let's have a look at the asset of the day. And the asset of the day is this one. This is the Tropical Resorts main building colour variation by Markonok 19. Now, what I like about this, first of all, is it's great. Okay, you can't argue that. I like it because it's great. There you go. That's deep. Think about that. But I'm loving the accessories in here, like these little plants, and also have a little look at the wicker seats on the balcony. Loving these. Those are by Markanock as well. This is really cool. Factoids. Factoid time. Because factoids time. Though anything to do with the occult was considered heresy by the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Julius II set the time of his coronation in 1503 according to the stars. Oh, there's a great quote that Sean Bean regales in Civilization 6 about... no, you've got to play the game. You've got to play that. I'm not going to tell you. Tropical Resort by Markanock. 19. Markanock 19, not Markanock 18. They're rubbish. Markanock 19, they're the best. Sorry, there's a Markanock 18 out there. I apologise. I just made that up. I don't know. Oh, if you're still here, you're part of the voting collective. There we go. Use the link in the top right hand corner of the screen. Just realised I've upset somebody called Markanock 18. Vote on the map. Link is in the description. Blah blah blah. 1-star map, 5-star map. You know the routine. Right. So, what do I think of today's map? I think aesthetically, I like this. I actually genuinely like this. The mountains, I'm not sold on the shapes of the mountains. I'd like to see more realism in the shapes of the mountains. But you know what? I still think this is pushing 4 stars. I'm going to go for a high 3. It's almost there. Detailing, yeah. Trees under the roads, trees under the rail, always going to get marked down on that. Blue mantle, always going to get marked down on that one. Intersection marking tool, little tweaking here and there. It's got to be 2 stars, but I'm gonna go medium high 2. Yeah. Gameplay. I want to play this, and I also don't want to play this. And that juxtaposition, get the word out, leaves me right in the middle. So I've got to go middle 3. Orange River by Andrade. Yeah, it's a little bit of everything and a little bit of nothing at the same time, and only you will know if you like it. Only you will know if you like it. And we are spoiled with maps, so if you want to play it, off you go, play it. Let me know how you get on. I want to know. Right, okay, well, if you are here, you are part of the 20 and out elite. This is not a test. I'm going to ask you to use the word of the day into the comments to score yourself some population points, just like I did as part of a sentence if you can. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon.